Well, hiya, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here at the Ruttenberg Library. So, my mission today is to make up for lost time. Didn't record much in the month of June, and so I'm doing a lot of late videos. So, the video right now is my Father's Day book haul. My daughter Crimson had gotten me a gift certificate, and I was able to pick up three books. Well, yeah, all three of these have been on my want to pick up list. One of them's been on there for a long time, but yeah, I just wanted to share them with you. So, the very first book in the three-book book haul is Most Blessed of the Patriarchs, Thomas Jefferson and the Empire of the Imagination. And so this book is by Annette Gordon Reed, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. And I believe the one she won the Pulitzer Prize for was her book on Sally Hemings. And I buddy read that with Patrice Jones. Excellent, excellent book. You all need to read that. And so I was really interested to see what else she had to say about Thomas Jefferson. And she also, she co-wrote this with Peter S. Onuf. And that name, hopefully I pronounced that right, but I've seen that name. He's a pretty famous Jefferson biographer, I believe. So anyway, was excited to see this. I mainly bought it because of Annette Gordon Reed. I loved her writing, and I read, like I said, the one on Sally Hemings, and I also read her one on Juneteenth. Loved it. And so I just wanted to pick up another one by her and continue reading her stuff. Highly recommend her. But this is a hang on. This is a Live Right Publishing Corporation, a division of W.W. Norton and Company. It's out of New York and London, and it is a 2016 book. So I consider it a newer book in my collection because I read a lot of old stuff, but definitely not brand new, but newer. So this book, let me read the inside cover to you. It says, Thomas Jefferson is often portrayed as a hopelessly enigmatic figure, a man so riven with contradictions that he is almost impossible to know. It's exactly why I struggle with him, his contradictions. But anyway, lauded as the most articulate voice of American freedom and equality, even as he held people, including his own family, in bondage, Jefferson is variably described as a hypocrite, an atheist, or a simple-minded proponent of limited government who expected all Americans to be farmers forever. Here, Annette Gordon Reed teams up with America's leading Jefferson scholar, Peter S. Onuf, to present an absorbing and revealing character study that dispels the many cliches that have accrued over the years about our third president, challenging the widely prevalent belief that Jefferson remains so opaque as to be unknowable. The authors, through their careful analysis, painstaking research, and vivid prose, create a portrait of Jefferson as he might have painted himself, one comprised of equal parts sun and shadow. Tracing Jefferson's philosophical developments from youth to old age, the authors explore what they call the empire of Jefferson's imagination, an expansive state of mind born of his origins in a slave society, his intellectual influences, and the vaulting ambition that propelled him into the public life as a modern avatar of the Enlightenment who, at the same time, likened himself to a figure of old, the most blessed of the patriarchs. Indeed, Jefferson saw himself as a patriarch, not just to his country and mountain-like home at Monticello, but also to his family, the white half that he loved so publicly, as well as to the black side that he claimed to love, a contradiction of extraordinary historical magnitude. Divided into three sections, Most Blessed of the Patriarchs reveals a striking personal dimension to his life. Part 1, Patriarch, explores Jefferson's origins in Virginia. Part 2, Traveler, covers his 5-year sojourn to Paris. And Part 3, Enthusiast, delves insightfully into the Virginian's view on Christianity, slavery, and race. We see not just his ideas, vision of America, but come to know him in an almost familial way, such as through the importance of music in his life. Most Blessed of the Patriarchs fundamentally challenges much of what we have come to accept about Jefferson. Neither hypocrite nor saint, atheist nor fundamentalist, Gordon Reed and Onuf, through a close reading of Jefferson's own words, reintroduce us all to our most influential founding father, a man more gifted than most, but complicated in just the ways we all are. And so here's a picture of our authors. And yeah, looking forward to that. I got that for a decent price. It came up marked down on Amazon, and so I was real excited to pick that up. This next one is one that has been on my my to-buy list for a very, very long time. It's by one of my favorite authors, Don E. Fehrenbacher, who's a Civil War and Lincoln historian. Very, very well-known Pulitzer Prize winner. And I picked up his book, The Dred Scott Case, Its Significance in American Law and Politics. And he won the Pulitzer for this one. I'm 99% sure he won the Pulitzer for this one, and he's won it for another one as well. But anyway, very very well-known book if you are somebody who studies the antebellum period, that 10 to 15 years right before the Civil War. Dred Scott case was definitely one of the most famous court cases of that time period, dealing with the legality of a runaway slave. Can he become free once he gets into into the North, or does he have to go back and remain slave? And this is the court case that decided it all. Roger B. Taney, the Supreme Court Justice, he put his definitely put his stamp on the time period with his decision in this court case. But anyway, I'm not going to read anything to you because it's all about that court case, and it's very, very thorough. As you can see, it is a big, big book, but it's been on my list for a very long time, so I was happy to get that. And then this is a newer one that was out that I found for dirt cheap on Amazon. It was marked down, oh gosh, was it 80% off, 90% off? I can't remember. It was really cheap. It was Brian McGinty in his book, Lincoln and California, the President, the War, and the Golden State. And I was real happy to pick that one up. It's a fairly slim volume. It's nothing too weighty. It's from Potomac Books, which is an imprint of the University of Nebraska Press. And it is a 2023 book, so it came out last year. And whose channel did I see this one on? Did I see this maybe on Peg's channel? I can't remember. I saw it on somebody's channel. But anyway, I'll read it. I'll read the inside flap to you. It says, the ties that bound Abraham Lincoln to California and California to Lincoln have long been overlooked by historians. Although the great Civil War president has been the subject of thousands of books, his important relationship with the Western state, both before and during the war, the part it played in bringing on the great conflict and the help it gave him in winning it, have been little described and imperfectly understood. In Lincoln and California, Brian McGinty explains the relationship between the president and the Golden State, describing important events that took place in California and elsewhere during Lincoln's lifetime. He includes the histories of Lincoln's close friends and personal acquaintances who made history as they went to California, lived there, and helped to keep it part of the imperiled Union. McGinty demonstrates that California was in large part responsible for beginning the Civil War, as the principal purpose of its conquest in the Mexican War was to acquire the land into which the southern states could extend their cotton-growing and slave-holding empire. The decision of California's first voters to exclude slavery from the state, but to enact virulently racist legislation, encouraged Southerners' hope that if they established a separate republic, it would become an independent slave nation, and with the power to extend its territory to the Pacific coast of North America and into the Caribbean and Latin America. Lincoln's opposition to their plans unleashed the Civil War. As the struggle played out, however, the hopes of the pro-slavery Confederates were ultimately defeated because California played a vital role in helping Lincoln save the Union. Lincoln in California shines new light on an important state, a pivotal president and a turning point in American history. And and the author Brian McGinty, who I'm not familiar with, it says he's the author of 12 books, including Lincoln's Greatest Case, The River, the Bridge, and the Making of America, Lincoln in the Court, and then John Brown's Trial, and more than 200 articles on American history, the American West, and the American legal history. Now, actually, I want to say I've Lincoln's Greatest Case, The River, the Bridge, and the Making of America. I may have heard of that one. I just didn't remember his name being tied to it. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to reading this. It is definitely a topic that interests me. Lincoln, of course, and then just the antebellum period and the role of the certain states in helping Lincoln, in winning the Civil War and that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, BookTube. Those were my 3 books for Father's Day that I got from my daughter. Well, she gave me a gift certificate. They're the 3 I bought. So, yeah, tell me what you think. Was this a good pickup? Do you think I did well for my money, or or are these books something that you wouldn't read? Yeah, just let me know down in the comments. And hope everyone's having a great week. Till next time, happy reading.